Perfecting the Grassroots Splitsurfer is something I've been working on for 8 years now. The development of the first prototypes was really exciting because nobody had ever seen a splitsurfer before. Most people didn't even know what a powsurfer was back then. With each new prototype, I was able to improve the design. We added PTEX bases so the skins would stick better, and I was able to tool around with a few things to make the boards a little bit lighter. I really tried to put these boards to the test. With each new design, I'd get a little bit better performance, but I felt there was still a lot of room for improvement. Changing from T-bolts to inserts helped a ton with durability and speed, and reinforcements for the board to perform in ski mode were crucial. Uphill performance was great, especially in fresh snow and in deep snow. The challenges were the steep and icy side hills. But when it comes to powder surfing, you'd go out of your way to avoid any sort of icy conditions anyways. If you choose to use the full snowboard binding, side hilling comes easy and it's not really an issue. Instead, the issue becomes fitting the size and the weight of those bindings into your backpack for the ride down. After a few years of testing, I was able to come up with a few different binding solutions that were light and packable, but at the same time, functional on the ascent. I tested these as much as I could. It's how I learned everything about shaping a powsurfer from the beginning, and the splitsurfers were no exception. For really long approaches, the splitsurfer was a great option, but certainly not the only option. There's a lot to be said for the refreshing simplicity of just hiking around with a powsurfer in hand. Oftentimes the best zones are short and steep nuggets, and using an accessory like verts to stomp a boot pack straight up the mountain in these zones can be much more efficient, and you can get a lot more bang for your buck. Less time fiddling with changeovers and more time surfing the pow. Or sometimes I'll approach a zone on a split board with the powsurfer strapped to my back. I'll ditch the split board and surf the upper sections where the snow's really good, and then strap back into my snowboard for the ride back home. Solutions like the Mountain Approach Kit and verts offer you the freedom of choice of any board. So I can pick any board from my quiver, whichever board is suitable for the conditions that day, and away I go. And there's a lot of value in that. It's really up to the individual rider to decide what works best for them in the type of terrain that they choose to access. But enough on that. Back to the beauty of these split surfers. I was able to incorporate the three-dimensional bases, and I was able to shave 3 pounds off the design. And this really took performance in powsurf mode to the next level. Performance-wise, the solid powsurfers I build are going to be the best. But there's no arguing the value of the split surfer to help people gain access in many parts of the world. I decided to create a couple of different models of the split surfers. The classic model that would allow you to just skin up and powsurf down, and the transformer model. The transformer model would allow you to ride the board with or without bindings, allowing people to surf the good snow at the upper elevations, and then when they encountered more variable snow at lower elevations or packed out trails, they could put the binding on and still ride back down to where they started. It's also a great tool to access side country via the ski resorts. So I think for a lot of people in a lot of areas, this model is going to be very valuable.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
I build powsurfers for use all over the world. I design models for shallow snow, for wet and heavy snow, and for light and dry and deep snow. With Grassroots, I've really made it a point to open powsurfing up to as many people as I possibly can. And I think these split surfers are just another step in that direction. Powdersurfing is the best feeling on earth, and I want more people to be able to experience that feeling. It doesn't matter how you got there, as long as you got there. Whatever works for you and your environment, that is the best way.